Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So the 24th Dragon Ball Legends reveals and stuff has just ended. And with it, not only do we now know the next Sparking unit we'll be getting in the game, but we also know the next Ultra unit we'll be getting in the game as well. Now, before I get into any of that, we do also have some superficial information. With the very first one being that Choice Battle is coming back. You guys already know how the Choice Battle works. You know, you can use that opportunity to get items in the game and all that good stuff. It's a good event. I mean, it's once a day, obviously, but you can use that to replenish some of the items that you might have depleted throughout your time playing Dragon Ball Legends. Not only that, we are also getting a new Legends Battle Royale happening very soon, and the theme for this one is sagas from the movies. So if you have Cooler, you know for a fact you're more than likely going to be going crazy on that Legends Battle Royale. And if you have like a full movie team with like, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Tapion, etc., yeah, you're probably going to be doing very, very well during that Legends Battle Royale for sure. And then after that, we also are getting brand new unique equipment for powerful opponents and purple. So that's going to help out units, for example, like, you know, Full Power Jiren and Cell, that could get another piece of unique equipment as well to help make them even stronger than before. Now, with all the superficial information out the way, now we can get into the Sparking unit we'll be getting in the game, and this is a free-to-play Sparking unit and is none other than Super 17. Again, completely free to play, so you'll be able to get them maxed out, I guess, however quickly that you'll be able to max them out. And also, this Super 17 apparently has buffs against Saiyans and is able to get stronger each time the opponent not the opponent, but each time you utilize a Strike and Blast Arts attack. So literally just attack with the unit and he'll get stronger each time. And if you're fighting a Saiyan, then he'll potentially be even stronger. Specific details on this unit apart from this are not available as of this recording. But it's still nice to know that we are getting a free-to-play Super 17, because I think we only have one Sparking Super 17, which is the Zenkai Super 17, and then I know we have an EX Super 17 as well. So if I'm not mistaken, this is our third Super 17 unit. That's kind of crazy. And obviously, since it's a free-to-play unit, we will be getting another full power battle in which you can utilize that event to get a total of 3,000 but 3,000 Z power for the unit as well. So there is also that. Now, putting all that to the side, we now know the next Ultra unit we'll be getting in the game, and it is none other than BROLY from the very first movie, which is also what I said would happen if it were to be an Ultra unit. Again, I still stand by this. I said that if it was an Ultra iteration of BROLY, it would be from the first movie. If it was an LF of BROLY, then it will more likely be from the second movie. But sure enough, it's Ultra, and the intro is from the first movie. So there is that. Unfortunately, I didn't record my reaction this time around because I'm extremely tired, but you guys are seeing the gameplay on the screen, and we can still break down all the information right now. So let's just get right into it. So the very first thing is that this BROLY is a melee type, and he's a purple unit. Now, is this a bad thing? Not really, because even though that means that we now have 2 purple Ultra units and 0 green Ultra units, that means that one Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku's not going to get replaced, because let's be honest, again, if they were to make this unit green, that Goku would absolutely get replaced. There's no way in the world that he would not get replaced. Now, I don't think purple is bad. And honestly speaking, I guess sagas from the movies could get an updated purple unit, because the 2 purple units that are getting utilized right now are Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, and this unit really got a resurgence as well. The revival Super Saiyan 2, or well, Super Saiyan Gohan, you know, into Super Saiyan 2. So him being a purple unit actually is not bad, and I think it does kind of well round sagas from the movies in particular. And on top of that, with the equipment that they announced as well, you know, the powerful opponent equipment for also purple units, Broly's obviously powerful opponent. You can throw that equipment onto Broly and make him even stronger than you know he's already going to be. But again, he's an Ultra unit, purple, melee type, tags are Saiyan, Super Saiyan, powerful opponent, and also he's on sagas from the movies. Z ability 3. plus 3% to ultimate and awakened arts damage inflicted by episode sagas from the movies, and plus 38% to tag episode sagas from the movies or tag powerful opponent, base strike, and blast defense during battle. Now, the most important thing to note is the awakened arts, because literally, if I'm not mistaken, there's only one unit in sagas from the movies that even has that ability, and that's Bojack. So I don't know what they plan to use with Bojack at all. Like, maybe they really do want you to pair Broly with Bojack, because if not Bojack, then I don't know what the awakened arts boost would be for, like, at all. So there is that. But, well, I mean, no, yeah, Bojack is the only one you can realistically use it for, because nobody is using Zenkai Android 16, and he's another unit that has an awakened arts. So yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna be using it except for if you have Bojack. So I guess there's that, but it is what it is. But still, you know, having like the other buffs towards your strike and blast defense is good. Plus 38%, kind of crispy. Now, unique abilities. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. I can't believe I'm about to read this number. Plus 110% to damage inflicted, cannot be canceled. They straight up said this unit is going to hit like a truck. Wow, okay, because that's a pretty big, like, damage boost. Plus 110%. This is an ultra unit, mind you. So you know he's gonna hit very hard. And then on top of that, reduces damage received by 60%, cannot be canceled. So not only is he gonna be able to hit hard, he's gonna be able to take a hit. And he's a melee type. Wow. And then on top of that, plus 150% to key recovery, cannot be canceled, which means you're going to be getting your key back super fast with this unit, which means, especially if you're able to get card draw speed, you'll be able to keep your combos going for more than likely a very long time. And then it says charges unique gauge by 50%, which means that at the battle start, once you throw Broly in, his unique gauge will start off being half full. So there's that. Applies the following effects to himself when this character enters the battlefield. Restores health by 10% and restores ki by 50%. And it doesn't show any limitation. So that means every time you do that with Broly, you're guaranteed 50 ki and you're gonna restore your health by 10%, which is nice. The following effects occur when this enemy switches characters, the following effects occur when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 5 timer counts, which means that if somebody brings in, I would say, Ultra Vegito, right? You'll be able to realistically take a hit for a little while, right? Which is not bad, right? Or for whatever reason, if somebody decides to bring in tag Future Gohan and Future Trunks, and they bring in Trunks, you'll be able to take a hit. I mean, I don't know why you bring that unit against an Ultra unit, but hey, you know? And then inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 30 to critical rate for 10 timer counts. Now, this one is interesting, right? Because usually when it comes down to crits, it's primarily because of Bardock, right? And it's not impossible to expect sagas from the movies going crazy, or even Super Saiyans to go crazy as well, because you can absolutely pair this Broly with Bardock. So I guess they kind of anticipated that, and they're saying, look, if you're going to use Bardock, we're gonna knock that crit rate down, because I mean, with how strong this unit is gonna be, you raise his crit rate and it's just gonna be absolutely devastating. So yeah, they're gonna try to find ways to mitigate that, and I completely understand. Now, anyway, continuing. Applies the following effects to self every 3 timer counts while this character is on the battlefield. Plus 10% to damage inflicted up to 30%, resets when this character switches. Minus 3 to special move arts costs up to 15, resets when this character switches, and increases arts card draw speed by 1 level. Up to 2, effects reset after own or enemy character switches. So remember the whole thing I was saying about ki, and if you were to get card draw speed, it'll help out a lot. He gets card draw speed up to 2 levels. So he's gonna get ki and cards. His combos are never gonna end. And then on top of that, it's minus 3 to special move arts cost. So when 15 timer counts passes, then you should be able to knock down your special move arts cost by 15, which is good, which is definitely good. So it goes from 50 down to 35. That's really good. That's a pretty cheap special move arts cost, right? And then of course plus 10% to damage inflicted up to 30%. So when 9 timer counts passes, then you'll get that extra 30% to your damage inflicted on top of the guaranteed 110 damage inflicted that can't be canceled. So there's that. Anyway, he's also able to nullify abnormal condition immobilize, and that can't be canceled, which means you're not really going to be stunning this unit, which is good. It makes sense. It's BROLY's a freaking tank. Charges own unique gauge every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Once the unique gauge is full, it resets to 0 and the following effects occur. Reduces enemy vanishing gauge to 0. Activates 4 times. Effects will not activate if this character is defeated. Reduces enemy key by 30. Randomly destroys 1 enemy card. Jesus. Reduces enemies Dragon Balls by 1. Activates once. Restores own health by 15%. Activates 4 times. Applies buff effect. Nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 10 timer counts. And cancels own attribute downgrades. Oh my goodness, that's a lot to break down. So let's knock it down individually. So 1, reduces enemies vanishing gauge to 0%. So this is a bit of a double-edged sword. On paper, it sounds nice, right? And obviously one unit that might be able to get around that is MUI Goku because of his unique gauge. But reducing your enemy's vanishing gauge to 0 on paper is good. So they're practically saying if you continue to combo this unit, you're going to regret it, right? Because when your combo ends, if you're not able to swap out, you're more than likely gonna be wide open, right? And especially, ironically, this is a good segue, reducing their key by 30 means that, again, if you can't extend your combo to get your vanish gauge back, then you're kind of screwed. So again, it's a double-edged sword because even though that's good on paper, the opponent, if they are able to switch, will be able to swap to another unit, and then from there, their vanish gauge will be back. So it sounds nice on paper, but we'll have to see it in actual execution. But it is actually pretty nice, and especially, I will say this will be a very powerful ability if the opponent is the last man standing. That is going to be a very strong ability. Again, MUI Goku, different story because his unique gauge, you can just stand still and just get it back. But for most other units, right? If they combo this BROLY into Oblivion, and let's say they've already used Rising Rush, or whatever the case may be, right? You bring in BROLY, you let them combo him because they're literally promoting this unit to be comboed, and it might work in your favor to pull the clutch in the end because they won't be able to vanish unless, you know, for some sort of way, shape, or form, they have like an ability that increases their vanishing gauge or whatever the case may be. But again, on paper, it sounds nice. In actual execution, it's to be determined. Then, of course, you know, randomly destroying a card is nice. Of course, you know, reducing the Dragon Balls by 1 is also nice. Restoring your own health while getting comboed is definitely nice. And then being able to nullify cover change is also really nice. Again, these are actually really good abilities. And of course, cancels own attribute downgrades. So again, any downgrades you have, like maybe, you know, your strike damage is down, your blast damage is down, your defenses are down, or something of the sort, you should be good all around. And honestly speaking, it really has me curious to see how he's gonna work, because I don't think there was any mention of this unit being able to nullify endurance. So there's that, but it is what it is. All right, unique abilities continuing. Knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against the following attacks. Activates twice, activates during assists. Comboable with special arts and special move arts. Cover changes performed against attacks other than those listed are also counted as activations. Nullified activations are not counted. So it says strike arts, blast arts, special arts, excluding some such as wide range attacks, which makes sense, and special move arts excluding some such as wide range attacks, etc. Awaken arts excluding some. Do you guys understand what this means? I never thought this was ever coming back. I'm letting y'all know this right now. I never thought this was ever coming back. This BROLY is Purple Bojack. Oh my goodness. This BROLY's Purple Bojack. Like, it literally says it knocks the enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against the following attacks, and they list like strike and blast arts. Okay. Special skill, special move, and awakened arts, excluding some, right? Which makes sense. And realistically speaking, the only unit you're going to be utilizing for Awakened Arts is the red Bojack. So apart from him, he cover changes everything except for ultimate attacks. He cover changes everything, which makes him super powerful. Again, that ability, I mean, honestly, there are units that are able to nullify cover change, right? So I'm not trying to diminish that ability, but if you, maybe, I don't know, that unit is gone for whatever reason, or you bring in units that don't have that ability, this unit is going to be an absolute threat. That is still a very powerful ability, especially if you're about to get, let's say it's, I don't know, it says like certain wide range attacks, so I'm assuming like AoEs, right? Like, for example, Revival Frieza's like swipe, like special move, right? Before he revives, right? Maybe you're not able to tank that, but maybe if MUI Goku fired off Kamehameha and Broly steps in, sucks to suck, it'd be a real shame if, you know, Broly tanked the hit. So yeah, that's still going to be a very powerful ability. And then of course the Ultra ability, if this character is the leader, applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 30% damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, and plus 30% to key recovery cannot be cancelled. So again, even more key recovery and even more damage. And then to wrap it all up, if this character is not the leader, applies the following effects to self per episode Sagas from the Movies battle support member when battle starts. Plus 5% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, and plus 5% to key recovery cannot be cancelled. Up to 3 battle members and 3 support members will be counted. So again, like I said, right, if you don't put him in the leader slot, then it's not useless so long as you're running him on Sagas from the Movies, right? But wow, this Broly actually does sound good. I don't know if he's necessarily crazy. I do think that cover changing ability is really, really powerful. There are units that do nullify that. For example, although I don't know why you would ever want to throw him in unless his unique gauge is full, but Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku, who nullifies cover change by default up to 2 times, right, when he's in on the battlefield. But if you run out of that ability, right, for whatever reason, you could potentially get slaughtered by this Broly. But again, I really, really do hope that he is able to nullify endurance. Like, maybe he'll be able to, maybe not, but he does still sound very powerful. Oh, and not only that, this Broly, right, all of his moves, apart from Blast obviously, has Blast Armor. All of them, every single one. Strike, Blast Armor. Special skill, Blast Armor. Special move, Blast Armor. If I'm not mistaken, he also has an ultimate attack, and that also has Blast Armor, which means, especially in neutral situations, this Broly is going to be very dangerous to fight against, because literally all of his options have Blast Armor. So if you have a team that utilizes, or that specializes, I should say, in utilizing Ki Blast, this Broly is more than likely going to be your worst nightmare. So yeah, I am curious to see like how he's going to work when he actually does drop. And if I'm not mistaken, the update should be happening tonight during Daily Reset. So we will be able to see relatively soon. But like I said, the only thing I'm curious about right now is if this Broly is able to nullify endurance. But more than likely, when we start getting the update and all that stuff, we'll be able to check all those abilities and see if he's able to do so. If not, it is what it is. Sagas from the Movies has more than enough units to nullify endurance. Even Powerful Opponent does as well. Super Saiyans also does as well. So no matter what, this Broly is going to be on a safe team for sure. But I do want to know what you guys think about Ultra Z Broly in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.